you're always affected by it. So you start to care about things that you actually would never have occurred to you. So I want to go back to that land of the free again, when you stop judging yourself.
What is it about the eyelashes that you feel you have to have?
Okay, it makes me fierce because I'm a very vulnerable and fragile person. So when I put on my eyelashes, I feel that it gives me a lot of power. And because my eyes look less sleepy, did you realize? It looked less blank. It looks like I always have a purpose, which I guess was what I needed as a weapon and ammunition to get through the harsh life. Because I grew up in a very destructive family and very tumultuous childhood, which is, I guess, is very common now that I've heard a lot of other stories. It's just that I wasn't equipped to cope with all these blows. So I had a lot of uncertainties and questions and a lot of doubts about myself. It's the same old story. My parents got divorced and then they just both decided to abandon me because they were both not equipped. They were both so young. I was just passed on from one relative to another. So the same works, where you have to just accommodate and be loved by each family, and then they just give up and then pass you on to the next one. So every year you're with a new family, and every year you need to get into someone's good books. I just like to be very chic and Parisian, because that is what I envision myself to age gracefully into. So you're looking at me in something that I probably would splurge on and would buy. Something very Hermes, something very, very simple, and something androgynous. I like to give that enigma of mystery where when I'm looking very masculine on top, I like to pair it, for example, with very, very femme fatale pair of stilettos. When I was away during that 7 years, when I no longer was styled by anyone, no matter how close they are, how famous fashion directors or all that, I was no longer told what to wear. I had to start to pick my own clothes, and that's when you go for the clothes that really you feel comfortable in. As I grow older and older, I just put on a lot of ammunition and armor so as to fend off challenges. So it is my aim to make people feel that I'm confident and fierce and aggressive. Because if you know my weakness, you will bully me very easily. Now, the bullying part you might not see, because I always only show the very glamorous and strong side of myself on Instagrams, on Facebook, and even to my friends, I show a very strong persona of myself. Actually, this interview is as vulnerable as I allow myself to be. But then soon you will start, if you ask some more sensitive questions, soon you will start seeing the actress coming up. There are times where actually I don't know what to do with a problem. I always have to be assuring. Because can you imagine you work for someone who doesn't have enough strategies? Then you would feel unsure, and then you would be a little bit more hysterical. The 7 years that I spent abroad in a totally strange land with a different spoken culture and language, I feel safer. I was safer, and I didn't need any additional preservatives. I was very true to myself and my soul. Because here, we tend to be clouded, or there's just too much white noise. People's opinions and views affected me so much that I started to doubt my own decisions, my own questions. And I just felt that the safest way was to just agree with the masses. The day I stopped seeking validation from people whom I absolutely might not need to care about. Now I need validation, recognition, rewards, acceptance from even my close ones and strangers. Critiques, social media, people like that who sort of create so much noise and affected me so much. So the day that I can cease to feel that kind of validation is important, that's the day I feel that I would have. If there's anything I could say I've done well in my life, that would be one. The relationship that I've cultivated with my mom, despite all the misgivings. And I thank her for being so open and so generous with me as well. Because she was a clueless mom. And that was something I find very real about the world. You can't expect someone to just be your mother just because she gave birth to you. And vice versa, she cannot expect me to be a filial daughter just because I'm supposed to be a filial daughter. So things are built along the way. Despite all the flaws, we have come together and redefine a new mother and daughter relationship.